Danger will get the dunk at the buzzer for the 8th time in school history. A Maple Girls softball team is going to state.
Hello and welcome to Sports Jam. I'm John Jacobson.
I'm Jay Wilcox. This week on the show, hockey, gymnastics, and more. Meet a talented college-bound club gymnast who attends Park Center in our Sports Jam Spotlight. And we'll talk basketball with the Park Center girls as they continue a strong start to the season. The 16th annual Breakdown Sports Tip-Off Classic featured a full day of basketball Saturday, featuring ranked teams from all 4 classes in Minnesota. And except for a Champlain Park win in the morning, it was a tough day for local teams. Park Center facing Eastridge in one of the featured matchups. Dane Danger backs out of the double team and zips a great pass to Datavius Frierson for the hoop and foul. The Danger versus Ben Carlson matchup is the featured attraction. Carlson powers in for 2 on a big night for him. And watch this. Sophomore Kendall Blue dunks right over Danger in transition, and the Raptors lead by 7. Danger showing great agility on the baseline drive on his way to a 24-point game for the Pirates. David Adjanabola with the setup, and Danger hammers it down. On to the second half, and Danger gives Carlson a little room, and he pops a 3. The Wisconsin recruit has a 40-point game for the Raptors. Adjanabola with another assist as he sets up Frierson for the two-handed dunk, but the Pirates trail much of the way. Check out Danger attacking here for the Monster Jam plus the foul, but it's not enough as Eastridge hands Park Center a 62-57 loss.
Wayzata's boys basketball team is looking to bounce back from a season-opening loss to 7th-ranked Shakopee when they met another top 10 team in Class 4A, Eastview, at the Breakdown. Good ball movement by the Trojans here. They work it to Carter Bjerke, who hits an open three-pointer, and Wayzata leads it 11-9. Eastview's Ryan Tyson is impressive, going to the baseline and dunking home 2 for the Lightning to give them a 36-27 lead. And then right before halftime, it's Eastview's Tate Mahotchek with a buzzer-beating shot. Lightning are up 56-43 at the break. Second half, Wayzata's Cody Williams takes it to the basket, scores, and is fouled. But it's not enough against a talented Eastview team this day. Kenji Scales with a 3 from the wing. Trojans lose big, 98-82.
Also at the Breakdown, Hopkins played Shakopee in another top 10 matchup. First half highlights Bruce Lockwood Jr. drives the lane for Shakopee. He draws the foul and scores, and they lead 12-5. Hopkins' Cornell Richardson hits a step-back three-pointer to pull the Royals within 4. Late in the half, Andrew Gray floats down the lane to score, and Hopkins is down just 2 at 32-30. Will Cordes hits some big threes for Shakopee in the game. This one gives the Sabres a 40-35 lead at the half. And they come out strong to start the second half. Caleb Dravenga scores off the inbounds play, and Shakopee's up by 12. But the Royals rally. Kerwin Walton is one of the state's best. His steal and layup get Hopkins back within 5 at 71-66. Then with under 10 seconds to play, it's Walton draining a three-pointer to make it 83-82 Shakopee. But those are the final points of the night for Hopkins. Shakopee wins 85-82.
The Maple Grove boys basketball team has qualified for 4 consecutive state tournaments. The Crimson will begin this season with 5 straight home games. That included their season opener against Waconia on Friday. Nice pass to the inside here to Sean Bergstrom, who spins on the block and scores, giving the Crimson a 7-1 lead. Bergstrom with 12 points on the night. Waconia nearly steals the ball here. Instead, they pass it right to Rashawn Parker, who nails the 3 from the corner. Maple Grove up 17-8. The Wildcats' P.J. Hayes makes a nice drive to the basket to score 2 of its game-high 26 points. Waconia is within 5 at 25-20. Late first half, drive to the hoop by Lavelle Williams from Maple Grove. Crimson lead at 37-26 at halftime. Second half, Ann Parker drills a long three-pointer. He scores 19 points in the game. The Crimson lead it by 15. Off an inbounds play, it's Williams passing to John Hawkinson for 2 more, and the Crimson extend their lead. Williams nicely pokes the ball away from the Wildcats guard and takes it the other way. The steal and layup makes it 59-44. Maple Grove goes on to win it over Waconia 73-60.
Now to girls hockey, where Wayzata is in a tough stretch of games. The 7th-ranked Trojans came into Saturday with a 7-2 record as they face 9th-ranked Hill Murray. Just as the Pioneers' power play ends, Nina Steigoff shoots. The puck deflects off bodies in front and goes in. Steigoff gets credit for the goal, and it's 1-0 Hill Murray. To the second period, and Steigoff picks up a loose puck and goes in alone, snapping the shot past Julia Kimplinger for a 2-0 Pioneers lead. Wayzata answers though. Sloan Matthews is stopped, but Sophie Urban bangs away at the rebound and scores to pull the Trojans within 2-1. But Hill Murray's Ava Stinnett scores on a rebound a few minutes later, and the Pioneers skate to a 4-1 win over the Trojans. And John, the Trojans have another pair of tough tests straight ahead against Edina and Maple Grove this week.
That's what hopefully makes you better, though, when the playoffs roll around. Next up here on Sports Jam, boys hockey highlights as the season gets rolling. And later, we'll meet a college-bound club gymnast from Park Center.
Welcome back to Sports Jam.
In boys hockey, Maple Grove is ranked 2nd in Class AA. They faced a Champlin Park team coming off one of the best seasons in program history. The Crimson at home for this Northwest Suburban Conference game. Maple Grove led 1-0 after one period, and then early in the second, Henry Nelson shoots and scores from the high slot to give the Crimson a 2-0 lead. Just 22 seconds later, they score again. Number 40, Sawyer Scanson in front, tips in the shot from Ethan Elias, and it's a 3-0 lead. Pretty goal here from Kyle Kukkonen, stepping inside the defenseman and snapping a shot home for Maple Grove's 3rd goal in the first 2:01 of the period. And the Rebels can't recover. Still in the second period, it's Kukkonen again. Nice rush with a puck to score his 2nd of the night and extend the Crimson lead to 5-0. Maple Grove scores 5 times in the second period, 3 on the power play, including this one from Elias. Maple Grove improves to 4-0 on the season with a 6-0 win.
Also in Northwest Suburban boys hockey, Armstrong Cooper hosting Spring Lake Park. Ben Anderson to Jack Campy, and the Wings captain scores in the first minute for a 1-0 lead. Later in the first, Evan Axel's shot doesn't get through, but Jack Potter finds the loose puck, and it's 2-0. Sam Cruckton breaks in alone for the Panthers, but Owen Reeve with a great save to deny him. Second period, Potter in pursuit of the loose puck, and he goes in to score a shorthanded goal. And then in the third period, it's Brandon Northrup to Nick Haugen, and he snaps it in for a goal for Armstrong Cooper. The Wings skate to a 10-1 win. They did lose to Gentry Academy Saturday.
Well, Armstrong Cooper is now in Class A. Tutino Grace's boys hockey team has moved up to Class AA. The Eagles aim for their 2nd straight win as they hosted Breck. Tutino Grace's Kyle Heffron snaps one under the crossbar to open the scoring. Start of a big game for him. At the other end, off a face-off, no one picks up Breck's Nick Mikan, and his backhander sneaks through. Game tied 1-1 through one period. Second period on a 5-on-3 for Grace. Howie Moore fans on the first try, but gets another shot and buries it, put the Eagles back in front 2-1. Breck gets a 5-on-3 of their own. John Blake across to Bo Cornier for the one-time blast. Game is tied up at 2. Heffron, it's tough to stop. He walks through the Mustangs defense to score. Eagles take a 3-2 lead after 2. In the third, Austin Bernovic forces a turnover and sets up Heffron for his 3rd goal of the game. He later adds a 4th as Tutino Grace wins 6-3. They have 4 road games this week.
Now to girls basketball. After back-to-back state tournament appearances, the Cooper Hawks have a new coach this winter. Raheem Simmons is the new head coach for Cooper, replacing Kiara Buford. Francesca Vassalero with a crossover drive for the hoop and foul for Holy Angels. Then Holy Angels on the break, and Vassalero finishes, putting the Stars up by 10. She scores 26 in the first half. The Hawks battle back, though. Mimi Wheeler with the rebound here, put back, plus the foul. With less than 10 seconds left in the first half, J-Lo Relaford steps back and drills a three-pointer. And then Cooper freshman Bree Frazier strokes a 3 at the buzzer, putting the Hawks up 44-41 at the break. And it's a great second half, too. Emma Henry drives and scores. The Stars are up 54-49. Relaford explodes to the goal and scores here for Cooper. Then Drea Tribble drives and scores, plus a foul. Her free throw puts Cooper up 61-58. Wheeler powers her way to the hoop and scores. She leads the Hawks with 27. They go up 81-76. The Stars keep fighting, though, with less than 15 seconds left. Isabel Henry steals the inbound pass and hits a three, cutting the Cooper lead to 84-82. But the Hawks hang on and win a great battle, 85-82. Park Center's girls basketball team is expected to be one of the better teams in Class 4A. The Pirates have faced a tough early schedule, but didn't have much trouble as they open Northwest Suburban play at Rogers. Rogers sophomore Ellie Bazell has the hot hand early. This three puts the Royals up 8-4. She scores 19 in the first half. But Park Center takes over. Aaliyah McKenzie with the steal to Lauren Frost and a behind-the-back pass back to McKenzie for the layup. Tanae Griffin drives and scores the left-handed layup. Park Center goes out to a 22-11 lead. McKenzie buries a three from the top of the key on her way to a 27-point night, and the Pirates are rolling at this point. Frost jumps into the passing lane and gets the steal, and the defender backs off here, so she goes all the way. She scores 16. It's 55-33 Pirates at halftime. Second half, and Griffin really heats it up, scoring two with a power move inside. Park Center does slow up a bit to begin the second half, but after a 15-point first half, Griffin had 16 more in the second to finish with 31. They improved to 5-0 with a 90-54 win over Rogers. They face Andover and Coon Rapids this week, and we'll hear from the Pirates later in the show.
Also in girls basketball, second-ranked Wayzata went on the road last week to face another top 10 team in Class 4A. 10th-ranked Maple Grove at home to take on the unbeaten Trojans on a Pay It Forward Cancer Awareness Night at Maple Grove. Wayzata's Jenna Johnson takes the entry pass from Mara Braun to score an early two for the Trojans. Maple Grove's Izzy Brandt makes three three-pointers in the game, including this one to get the Crimson to within 3 points. Low-scoring first half, Wayzata's up 24-19 at the break. Early second half, the Crimson's Abby Schulte dials up a three-pointer. She scores 21 points in the game, and the Crimson lead by one. While Wayzata goes back in front and slowly pulls away. Olivia Arnebeck's three-pointer extends the Trojans' lead to 6. Johnson leads Wayzata in scoring with 21 points, 14 of them in the second half. The Trojans win 63-44. They added a win over Prior Lake on Friday. High school gymnastics season is underway. Two-time defending state all-around champion Cheney New of Champlin Park may miss the entire season due to injury. But her teammates started the season last week with a Northwest Suburban Conference meet against Anoka. Varsity vault and Champlin Park's Tashina Biaku Alase lands with a score of 9.1. She later won the floor exercise. Anoka takes the top two spots on vault, including event champion Andriana Willardson, who scores a 9.225. The Tornadoes take top 5 of the top 6 spots on the vault. Uneven bars now, and Anoka's Alexis Spies, senior, scores an 8.7575 to finish second. Champlin Park freshman Alyssa Pettycourt finished third on the balance beam and fourth here on the bars, landing with a score of 8.25. The bars champion was the Rebels' Emma Saxa. Her first routine of the season scored a 9.425. Great routine for her, but it's Anoka winning the meet 138.05 to 133.975. The Rebels are at Osseo on Thursday. And speaking of gymnastics.
Next up in our Sports Jam Spotlight, meet a club gymnast from Park Center who will compete at the Division I level in college.
Club gymnastics is a big commitment, especially for the kids that continue on the club circuit through high school. But all that hard work can pay off, like it has for Park Center senior Raisa Boris. Here's Jason Melillo with this week's Sports Jam Spotlight.
Raisa Boris started doing gymnastics because she wanted to be like her older sister.
I was 2 years old and I was standing at the little counter, and I started, like when my sister was about to go in for class, I started jumping up on the counter too, saying me too, me too.
Initially, Raisa enjoyed the sport and she was good at it. But as she got older and advanced to the higher levels, there were moments of self-doubt.
My very first day in level 6, I moved up to the big girl competition kind of, and the first day we started doing conditioning, I ran out crying to my mom.
Raisa is now a level 10 gymnast, just one level below athletes who are Olympic hopefuls.
She is extremely hardworking, obviously talented. She has all the foundations that required to get to that level with flexibility, speed, agility, and just good old hard work. She knows how to work hard, and those things combined through time is what gets you to this point.
Raisa and her teammates at Twin City Twisters train up to 20 hours a week, a commitment that challenges the body and mind. But the girls keep each other motivated, and when they travel to competitions, they always go together.
It's really good because you can do team bonding in a way that you don't think it is. And staying with them, you get to learn more about them and what their interests are besides gymnastics, because here you just see them at the gym and it's oh, this is how they are in the gym, and you get to see how they are outside of the gym also.
Several days a week after practice, Raisa trains younger gymnasts. Then there's homework, maybe hanging out with friends, maybe going to a concert. Or better yet, playing a concert. Raisa is a violinist in the Park Center Orchestra.
My friends were doing it, so I was okay, I'll do it too. And it was a way for me to get out of class in 5th grade for an hour, so I was why not just do it? And then I just kind of stuck with it.
Raisa started her final club season this past weekend. After high school, she'll continue as a student athlete at Eastern Michigan University on a gymnastics scholarship.
I felt at home when I was at campus, and just all the girls were inviting, and that was really nice, and it reflected our gym too, because everyone was just I felt like I was a part of the team right away, and there was no awkward vibes between us.
Raisa is planning to enjoy this final season of gymnastics. She's not focusing on scores, but rather just wants to enjoy the time with her friends and embrace the moment. Jason Melillo, CCX Sports.
When we come back, Jay talks girls basketball with the unbeaten Park Center Pirates.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. It's been a great start to the season for the Park Center girls basketball team as we speak to them after a win on the road here at Rogers, and joined by a couple of the Pirates. And starting with today, Griffin, and obviously you guys have played some really good teams so far early in the season. How do you feel about what this team has done so far?
I feel like we've become more disciplined throughout the year. It took a lot to get there, but we're definitely working for it. We want to get to the state championship because the way we went out last year wasn't the greatest, and I think we're all more hungry now and more humble than we were before.
Yeah, you have really the same team back from a year ago, which doesn't happen that often in high school sports. How much difference does it make to have everybody know each other's game and just to be on the same page like that?
It helps us build more chemistry. It gives us that of okay, it's the same people, no one's new, everybody knows what to expect, everybody knows their role, everybody knows what to do, and then we just work hard and get the job done.
Are you kind of glad that you got some really good opponents right away, like in the breakdown, back-to-back days, 2 really tough teams? Is that something that is good for this team?
Yes, because when we get to the state championship, we're only going to see good teams. We're going to have to be expected to, beat Hopkins, beat Wayzata, so those types of things are going to push us to be the better team and show everybody else what we can do.
We said you've already played some good teams, but you mentioned a couple of them that you've got coming up still later this month. You're going to be hosting Wayzata, and then you got Hopkins coming over in your tournament right at the end of the year. How much do you look forward to those challenges also?
I'm ready. I know my team's ready, and we're just going to come out and show out and do what we got to do to get the win.
All right, Tanae, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And Aaliyah Ragulen, one of the seniors in the backcourt on this team. Your team came out tonight, was not quite as close a game, but how did you feel about the way the club played out here at Rogers?
Today was definitely our best team game. We moved the ball a lot, got open shots, everybody got theirs, we ate together, and it was really fun.
Defensively, you guys started to frustrate them, and right before halftime, it was really looking like things were going your way because of that. Is that fun when you really clamp down on a team like that?
It is, because defense fuels our offense, so knowing that we're working hard and we earn the good shots that we get and we shut down their best player come the second half. So,
one thing I kind of like about your team, too, is it seems like all of your starters have kind of slightly different things that you bring to the table. Is that fun when you have that mix like that?
It is, because all the different aspects together is something really special, and then when everybody can do a little bit of everything, it's something good.
Janae made a little bit of mention of that loss to Spring Lake Park in the playoffs last year, and I know it's kind of a painful memory, but how have you guys used that to your benefit so far this year?
It definitely woke us up. We now know that we have to stay humble, and like she said, we got hungrier, and we're coming back for everybody this year. That was never going to happen again, and we're ready for state.
I know you've got some games coming up before then, but you've got Wayzata on your schedule. They're ranked number 2. You've got Hopkins at the end of the month. Do you look forward to those challenges? Is this team ready to see that kind of competition?
For sure. Those are the games that we live for. They're the most fun. That's what we work for throughout the whole season, and we can't wait to give them a good game.
Besides those games too, you've got like your district rival Osseo ahead too. And have you guys talked about that you got to make sure each game matters just as much to us too?
Oh, yeah, especially since our loss last year to Spring Lake Park, we can't overlook anybody, so we take it one game at a time, getting ready for state.
All right, thanks so much for joining us, and have fun the rest of the season here.
Thank you.
All right, Aaliyah Ragulen for Park Center girls basketball, along with Tanae Griffin, as they have started the season 5-0 and playing very well here after a win over Rogers.
Here's a reminder to vote for our CCX Sports Play of the Week. Each week on our website, 4 new plays from the previous week go up for you to vote on. Go to ccxmedia.org, click on the Sports tab, then go to the CCX Sports Play of the Week. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Maple Grove. This week's plays are up now for you to vote on. And here's last week's winner. Osseo girls basketball player Jasmine Choi makes a steal off an inbounds pass and goes down and scores off the spin move in the lane for 2 points in the Orioles' season-opening win over Buffalo. Congratulations to Jasmine for winning. We'll be right back.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. You can learn about the latest news through our truly local newscast. We cover and air around 150 high school sporting events every year. For our cities, we air parades and city meetings that you can watch whenever you want. Then, any citizen of our cities can create and share their own original content. We'll even teach you how to use the equipment too. We have always provided you with a connected community experience. And as life gets busier than ever, we will continue to engage, inform, and inspire through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Don't miss the Girls High School Holiday Hockey Classic from December 26th through 28th at the New Hope Ice Arena. Find out more at ccxmedia.org under Cities and in the Community.
Looking for local? Even more local? CCX Media gives you the option to connect with your community on multiple levels. CCX Sports brings you ultimate coverage in local prep sports with full game coverage of over 120 high school games a year with highlights and features on our daily newscast. Then, our weekly Sports Jam show gives you a close-up look at local athletes, highlights of local games, and in-depth interviews. Our content can be watched at home or on the go. Visit ccxmedia.org.
Ring in 2020 at the New Year's Eve party at the Maple Grove Community Center on December 31st. Find out more at ccxmedia.org under Cities and in the Community.
Looking for local? Even more local. CCX Media connects you to your community and surrounding communities in multiple ways. CCX News connects you to your community through local stories that affect your daily life. Learn what's happening in your city, schools, and community. From top stories, sports highlights, and weekly features, CCX News offers truly local stories you won't find anywhere else. Our content can be watched at home or on the go. See all that we can do for you. Visit ccxmedia.org.
Our game of the week is a rivalry matchup in boys basketball as Park Center hosts Osseo. Game time is 5:30 Tuesday night at Park Center. Watch it live on CCX and online at ccxmedia.org, or catch the replays Tuesday night at 10 or Wednesday evening at 7. And that'll do it for this week's show.
We'll see you next time here on Sports Jam.